It's a very South African thing to do, that whole carnival around it.
So let's just go straight into your game on Saturday night against the Bulls. There was loads of talk in the lead up, Courtney, about the travel, 13 changes they made. They thrashed Leon in the round of 16. And then there's this kind of talk about them devaluing the competition. We were talking about it last week, Courts, on the podcast, about the difficulty of having to travel and just what that adds to it. Then you saw the carnage of like the 8 different flights that the team had to get. The preparation was extremely poor. What was your kind of take from it inside the Northampton Saints camp?
My take was it's a very South African thing to do, that whole carnival around it, and putting out in the press 8 different flights, all this and that. And I guarantee you that it wasn't 8 different flights, and the players probably all got there at very much the same time, and maybe the staff got there at a bit different times and all that kind of thing. But I guarantee you, a lot of things there were at least exaggerated, to be honest. And it was a great way of them taking the pressure off themselves, and essentially putting it all on us, disrupting us, getting us thinking different things and not quite on the ball. And that's what I was pretty wary of, to be honest.
Yeah, because they were good, weren't they? First half especially, they were physical, like everything that we've kind of spoken about with the South Africa team, but they didn't have some of their best players. Where are you as a player? Obviously you want to win, right? So you'd rather not play against Courtney Lawes and Kaden Moody's and these style of player. But there is this conversation around it devaluing the tournament a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I've played 10 seasons in the Champions Cup. For me, it's the greatest. So I wanted to see it valued across the board and for people and teams to bring their very best. The South Africa teams have brought this new influence, haven't they? I understand that. And with the added travel and the URC, where they've got to travel as well, there's a lot going on into that mix. What are your views, if any, on that?
Yeah, stuff. I mean, I was pretty disappointed they didn't put the best team out. And then on yesterday, about 1 o'clock, my back went into spasm, like just randomly. So I was toast, mate. I was like, flipping heck, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play. So at that point, I was like, maybe it's good to play the best team. But yeah, I was like, oh God, am I even going to be able to get to the game? So I had to, running around. I was like, basically, if I can run, I'm going to play. So I could get around. I was very stiff. Didn't feel great, but managed to get out there. But look, I always want to play the best team, and I think it prepares you the best for the rest of the tournament. Like, we're going to have to go and play Leinster, and that's going to be a hell of a game. And I think we would have benefited much more from beating a team that had the best team out, and all the Springboks and internationals and World Cup players that kind of come with that.
Is that why you got caught on that line break then, Court? Was it the back?
It was back. It was 100% the back, mate.
Still scored.
Too easy, mate. If I was fully fit,
yeah. I thought you didn't look right, mate. That's what it was.
Yeah, cheers, man. Appreciate it.
I didn't think anything at all, mate. If I'm running around like you with a bad back, that would have been me in my prime. I don't know if you've seen, but there's someone's put together a YouTube clip of my greatest clips.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't. It's embarrassing.
Are they good?
No, they're not good. What do you mean? Are they good? No. The comments are horrendous. So I had a minor surgery on Friday, and I'm like high as a kite on whatever they give you, and I'm like, someone sent me it. And it might have been producer Rob sent me, and there's all these comments. So I'm starting to. I don't ever reply to comments ever, but I'm high as a kite. I start rinsing people on there, being like, "What are you talking about? Is he running in slow motion?" I was like, "The hat trick from India's not there," but yeah, that's what. Don't look. Don't type my name in there. But for Courtney, you're moving well for me.
I've seen it. The enforcer is called a set like.
Why are you laughing? Don't laugh.
I'm having a look, mate.
Yeah. Courtney, you lads are flying, so we've had Biggs on and talking up like Northampton, talking up Sam Vesti, talking up Finn Smith. At the beginning of the season, what was the ambition? Because to fight on both fronts is near on impossible in the Premiership, with the budget, with the salary, with the amount of games. So is there an element of surprise that you're at this point now where you're fighting for the Prem and that you're heading over to Croke Park to face one of the best teams in the Champions Cup?
I don't know if I'd use the word surprise. I think you always go into a season wondering, where you're going to be and what how the team's going to fit together. And we've had quite a few new players, but most of our kind of core leadership group and stuff like that have been growing over the past few seasons, and it's been really, really good to see some of these younger now kind of more coming into their prime lads like Ferbs, Freeman. I suppose Freeman's still young; he's only about 23 or something like that. But yeah, boys like Ferbs and Alex Coles, Mooney, like all these young lads have been around for a while and struggled to, always been really good players, but just struggled to get that really high level consistency. Just be able to put it on the park week in, week out. Dinger's being one as well. Like boys are just stepping up left, right, and centre, and it's and then around that we've got a ton of talent. So it's just been great to see how well these boys are stepping up into the leadership role, into the playing role, and becoming starting to reach their potential, really.
Yeah, and that's the kind of standout thing for me when I look at Northampton. There's names that you've not even said there where we've not said, like Ollie Slightholme as well. Like he's not someone that we've been speaking about. He's been unreal for you lads as well. Like who else is there? Like what is it about him? Like who else are people not talking about? Seeing Hendy as well come on, like saw like snapshot of him last season.
There's a few positions where we've just got so much strength and depth, like especially our back three. So we've got Slights, we've got Hendy, we've got Rambo, we've got Ferbs to come in, we've got Siebes, and then back row we've got outside of me we've got Luds, Tom Pearson, Colsey can play back row, Augustus, Sam Graham's been class this season. Like we've just got so much strength and depth in a couple of really important positions, and then boys like Curtis has come in. Curtis Langdon and been class for us, and he's pushing Sam Matavesi, and we've got a lot of competition for places, and I think that really breeds success and an individual kind of growth. And when the better you become as a team of individuals, the better team you become, kind of thing. So we're really pushing each other. Training level's been and training standard has been really good this season, and that is something that we're going to have to continue. And we've still got a bit to improve on. But like I was saying, if we train now, we keep training, we keep wanting to improve, then we're going to give ourselves a really good shot.
Pod. Rugby pod.